Hey ladies, I'm Courtney Labree. Welcome back to my channel. If you're already subscribed, welcome back to another video. And if you're new here, girl, I highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button. So about a month ago, I made a video called Becoming That Girl in Your 30s. And one of my friends actually gave me the idea to actually turn this into a small series. Although I don't talk about it often on my channel, I am very much into self-development and self-improvement. And I try to always have a white belt or a student-like mentality just to always make myself better. I'm always willing to improve and work on myself. If you haven't already watched my first video, I'm gonna go ahead and link it above, but without further ado, let's get right into it. A few years back, I remember feeling frustrated. I had just advanced in my career. I had just launched my online business, and those are really great accomplishments, but if you're trying to balance a 9-to-5 and a side hustle, it can feel very overwhelming really easily. I remember venting to an associate, just telling her how hard it was to balance both, and literally in mid-sentence, she paused me and asked me a very simple but life-changing question. She said, "Do you know who you want to be?" And I said, "Yeah, of course, I know who I want to be." And then she just responded with, "Well, then show up as her." Ladies, today we are going to be talking about how to show up as that girl. So I'm going to use a business example, and stick around with me. I promise I'm going to wrap it all in together. But for example purposes, when you're developing a business and creating a brand, it is very important for you to identify your target audience. And usually how you do that is by creating a brand avatar. You know exactly where your brand avatar eats. You know exactly where she shops. You know where she works out, how often she works out. You know everything about your brand avatar, because that is how you're able to promote and market. You're able to reach her because you know exactly how she operates. And I feel like creating this brand avatar really can be applied to your personal life as well, right? In order for you to identify how you're going to become that girl, you need to know, what do you want? What do you exactly want? And just map it all out. Where you like to eat, where you like to shop, what are some of your priorities? How do you stay, organized? Those are just some of the examples that I want to use. But basically, this will allow you to put yourself in places and develop habits that are aligned with what you view as becoming that girl. Now, once you have that all mapped out, I recommend you write it down. I'm not gonna dive too deep into writing it down just right now. I'm actually gonna touch on that in a later portion of the video, but you definitely want to write it down. Now, girl, if your personal brand avatar likes to go yachting every Sunday, I'm not mad at it. I'm all here for it. But I do feel like this is a very highly effective exercise. So let's try to be a little bit realistic. Let's make sure that our goals are achievable, and also to mix in some things that you aspire to reach. So if you want to go yachting, if your brand avatar goes yachting every Sunday, by all means, girl, write it down, because you never know, it could come to pass. I really do think that this is a great exercise, and it really does give you the opportunity to be honest with yourself. Like, for real, girl, what do you want? If you could wave a magic wand, how would your life look? This gives you the opportunity to really analyze every aspect of your life. And even though I'm not going to be providing you all with a list, because I do feel like this needs to be personalized, I would highly encourage you to take it beyond luxury items. I think it's totally great if your brand avatar wears designer handbags every day. I love that for you, girl. I love that, sis. That makes me happy. But if you do know you kind of struggle with being organized, that's okay to add that to your brand avatar as well. Let me know down in the comments, you guys, if you're following me with this whole personal brand avatar thing. You don't have to list exactly, what your personal brand avatar is going to have, but I just want to know if you guys are following that correlation. So once you've identified what becoming that girl looks like for you, and you've kind of created your personal avatar, write it down. And I'm not talking on your iPhone, I'm not talking in a tablet, I'm talking old school, pen on paper. Write it down. Studies show that you're actually 42% more likely to accomplish what is written down. And when you're writing it down, it actually gives you the opportunity to visualize exactly what you want. If you're not already in the habit of writing things down, journaling, I would personally like to challenge you to start. It doesn't have to be like daily passages or anything like that, but it is nice to have, especially if you're a creative thinker like myself. It's nice to always have something where you can just jot down notes, jot down ideas, so that way you don't have to try to memorize it. The beauty beauty in writing things down is that you're able to look back and see like, okay, am I actually doing the thing or becoming the girl that I say I want to become? I just feel like it gives you that easy opportunity to identify if whether or not you're growing. Another strategy that is pretty closely aligned with kind of writing things down and helping you visualize is creating vision boards. Now, I could do a whole video about vision boards, so I'm not gonna even dive deep into it, but I did want to just briefly mention that. So far, we've identified who we want to be, we've written it down. The next step is to do the work, sis. Do the work. I don't feel like this is a rush process, so really take your time, but try to make sure that you're doing little things each day to get you closer to becoming that girl. So now you've mapped out what becoming that girl looks like, you've written it down, you're able to visualize. Girl, show up. Show up as that girl. I try not to use, fake it till you make it, but girl, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And if you gotta fake it, then girl, fake the funk. Show up as her. This is definitely easier said than done. So really try to hold yourself accountable, really get very clear on what becoming that girl looks like for you. Show up as her unapologetically. And if anything is not aligned with who you are trying to become, girl, don't entertain it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you share this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.